What's up, y'all? As you can tell by the familiar sight behind me, I'm out here at the range again doing a bunch of jelly testing, and this one right here is another 9mm. As always, the contraption's out here ready to roll. I got the chrono, I got 2 fresh blocks of gel. I've only got 1 test done in this block of gel, and that's a 22 Magnum test. I'll leave a link up above if you hadn't seen that. So nice clear blocks here. We ought to be able to see really good what the performance of these 9mm are. And what we're checking out today is actually a round I've already tested a couple of times in a different weight and this same exact weight, but this time it's in the plus P version. So we got the critical duty 9mm 135 grain plus P. Now, like I said, I tested the 135 grain standard version. They did really well, like critical duty pretty much always does. Honestly, I've become a pretty big fan of critical duty lately. I'm one of these people who prioritize penetration over expansion, and these things get fantastic penetration out of pretty much every caliber and every length barrel I've tested so far. Now, of course, I don't totally discount expansion. I do want some expansion as well, and these give you both. They give you fantastic penetration and, in my opinion, adequate expansion. But if anybody's not familiar with the critical duty, it's a nice nickel-plated cartridge on it, and it's got their flex lock projectile in the front of it. These are more geared towards a duty round for barrier, where you may run into a barrier situation, so that's why they get such fantastic penetration. Now, the tools we're going to use for this one, the first one's going to be the Taurus GX4 with the 3-inch barrel, so that's our short guy, and then the other one's going to be my P80 with the 4¼ inch barrel, so that's more of a standard full size, if you will. I know it's not a big 5-inch barrel, but 4¼ is a pretty average size that a lot of people would consider a full size tool these days. But this ought to be a pretty interesting one to see what kind of extra little push this plus P gives us. I'll leave a link for the first video of the standard 135 so you can kind of compare against it. I'm expecting some good results out of these, like I've seen in pretty much all the critical duty I've tested. So let me get everything set up and let's check them out. All right, y'all, let's get us some speed to see what we're working with here. I'm gonna do a 3-round average out of both of these barrel lengths. I'm gonna start out with the Taurus GX4. .1029, 1023, and 1,000, so not too bad out of just a little shorty. Let's go down there and check the average. All right, so the 3-round average out of the GX4 3-inch barrel was 1,017 feet per second. Let me get it all reset and let's check out the P80. All right, here we go with the 4¼ inch barrel P80. 3-round average on this one also. 1104, 1,088, and 1,070, so not a whole lot faster, but a little bit. Let's go down there and check the average on this. All right, so the 3-round average using the P80 was 1,087 feet per second, and if you remember out of the GX4, it was 1,017, so you're talking about 70 feet per second faster using the P80, so not a whole lot of difference. What's that? I don't know, about 7% difference, so not a whole lot. I guess you might can consider that significant, or right around 10%, but probably not really. But let's see what kind of difference that makes in the gel. Let me get everything reset, and y'all know what time it is. All right, y'all, it's boosted jelly time. We're gonna put 1 round down there into the jelly block out of both barrel lengths. We're gonna start out with the 3-inch GX4 first. Let's see what we get. All right, nice good hit. Let's go down there and check that out. All right, y'all, that looks pretty much par for the course from most of the critical duties I've tested. Excellent penetration out of that, and it got some expansion too, so I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing so far. Well, let's try out this 4¼ inch barrel P80 and see what it does for it. I'm flirting with disaster here. I'm gonna try to thread the needle here up a little bit and to the right. I think I ended up okay. Let's go down there and check those out and see what we got. All right, y'all, let's check out what we got here. I got you kind of at a weird overhead angle just because these shots both went pretty much side by side, so it's kind of hard to see them both from the side angle. I'll pick you up here in a minute and give you a closer overhead look too. But right here's what we're looking at, these first two right here. So this one right here closest to us, which will be on the bottom at the way y'all looking at it, that's out of the GX4. The one right up above it right here, that's out of the P80. So what I can tell you right now is they perform pretty much like Critical Duty always does, in no matter what the caliber. Really nice wound channels on them. They carry on out into the second block down here. Really nice penetration. The GX4 looks like it's, I don't know, 2.5 inches in. The P80 looks like maybe it's 1.5 inches in. Looking at the projectiles, they both did get some expansion on them. Now, nothing crazy like some $half size expansion, because Critical Duty just doesn't do that, but it does expand enough to dump that energy without over penetration and still gives you fantastic penetration and supposedly some really good barrier blindness. Now, as far as the penetration measurement on them, the GX4 is out here at 18.5 inches exactly 18.5 inches on the GX4. The P80 is exactly 18, so 18 inches on the P80, 18.5 on the GX4, so they're within 1/2 inch of each other. So that barrel length really didn't make, that's a, you know, 1.25 inch longer barrel. You can see just how little difference that makes when you're talking these shorter barrels anyway. Here we are a little bit closer up so you can see the wound channels. On the left is the GX4, on the right is the P80. So as you can see, really nice wound action on both of them. Fantastic penetration, as you can see, carries on into the second block. And there you see the projectiles. You can see not huge expansion, but they are definitely expanded. Looks like they held on to the little red insert, all except a couple little dots of red. I don't know if you'll be able to see them at all, but there's a couple little, well, you can see one right there. Couple little tiny bits of red dot along the wound channel there. All right, y'all, let's take a look at the projectile. So on the right here, this is the P80. On the left is the GX4. You can see definitely the P80 got more expansion. I'll give you a couple different angles so you can tell there. You can see the little cannula there, and then over here it's covering it up. So, and then from above you can tell, you can definitely tell there's a little more expansion out of this P80. Now, that being said, they both expanded, in my opinion, completely adequate. That's to completely adequate expansion, and the penetration was absolutely fantastic. I mean, that is these Critical Duties have some of the best penetration for an actual expanding round that I've tested in all the calibers I've tested. Really nice penetration out of these things. Now, as far as weight retention, I don't see any trash in the gel other than those couple tiny little red specks from the little insert filler out the front of them. So let's measure them though and see what we got here. So this one's out of the GX4. Now, they were both 135. So this is the GX4 with the little red piece that stayed with it. We got 134.4 on the GX4. Out of the P80, we got 134.1 134.1 on the P80. Like I say, I know I can see a couple little red specks, so that may have been where the loss came in at. Now, as far as expansion, like I say, you can definitely tell a difference here. We'll start with the GX4 first. We got 444, 441, and 443. So nice, really nice, consistent expansion on that one. And then out of the P80, got 479, 480, and 477. So definitely more expansion, really nice, consistent expansion out of both of them. So there you have it, y'all, the Critical Duty 135 grain plus P. As far as how these compared to the 135 standard pressure, I don't remember right off the top of my head, but I don't think these were much different from what I do remember. I'll have to go back and look at the video, and I'll leave a link so y'all can check it out too. But as speed wise, I mean, that didn't look like plus P types of speed. So this is probably another one of them cases where it's plus P in name, but that seems to be about it. But now, don't get me wrong, they in my opinion, both of these performed fantastic, but from what I can recall and what I saw out of these speeds, I don't think there was much difference in these plus P versus the standard rounds. All right, y'all, there's another critical duty test in the books, and in my opinion, these performed really nicely, just like all the other ones have. Like we always see with these critical duty rounds, you got fantastic penetration out of them, adequate expansion in my opinion, and a really nice wound channel. Like I said, I personally want to see some penetration and expansion out of a defensive round, but I most definitely prioritize penetration, so I really like the way these critical duty rounds perform. But y'all let me know y'all's thoughts on what you saw from them out here today. Are you like me? Would you rather see more penetration than less? Would you rather have more expansion than what you saw out of here? Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. I think at this point we've tested pretty much all of these critical duty calibers and weights, but if there's one I haven't done yet that y'all would like to see me test, let me know down in the comments. As always, if you did enjoy the video, take a second, reach down and hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell notification icon so you can get notified when I upload new videos. Check out all my affiliate links down in the video description. You know the deal with the Amazon. If you do your shopping through there anyway, hit that storefront link up first. It takes you right through Amazon like normal from there, and anything you buy anywhere on the site after that, I do get a kickback from them towards the channel. Take a look at those actual affiliate links down there below. If you're looking for some fantastic ear pro, if you go through those links instead of through their site, you can save some big money on them. I appreciate all my Range Game members for hitting that join button and help support the channel, and every single one of y'all out there that watches these videos, that hits that thumbs up, subscribes to the channel, and leave me some comments down below. Like I said, let me know what you think about these critical duty rounds. I still got a lot of testing planned for out here, so I'm gonna get everything set back up and get back to it. Y'all make sure you stay tuned for a lot of good stuff coming your way, and in the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.